You know, I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader, when I was coaching at the college realm and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team.
Remember when Stephanie White first noticed a young Caitlin Clark back in 8th grade? Fast forward, and that same Stephanie White is now the new head coach of the Indiana Fever, a full circle moment if there ever was one. White has been a fan of Clark's talent for years, and now she'll be coaching her up close. This isn't just any coach-player pairing, it's a dream team that's ready to light up the WNBA.so. What does White really think of her new star? Her long-standing admiration for Clark will change how you see this partnership. In this video, we'll dive into White and Clark's history, explore White's views on her standout player, and look at how this duo could turn the Indiana Fever into serious championship contenders. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ready? Let's jump in.
She's obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games. I think what she's done is she's obviously, you know, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career, and always been really supportive.
The Indiana Fever just hit the jackpot, and things are about to get exciting. Stephanie White isn't just any coach, she's Indiana basketball royalty. She's been passionate about the game since her days growing up in West Lebanon, Indiana. But why would she leave a successful run in Connecticut to come back? Let's break it down. This isn't just a career move, it's a homecoming. White has deep roots in Indiana. Back in high school at Seeger, she lit up the court, winning Indiana Miss Basketball, Gatorade National Player of the Year, and USA Today National Player of the Year in 1995. And that was just the start. She went on to Purdue, leading the team to its only national championship in 1999, a true hometown hero. White's connection to the Fever began when they picked her in the 2000 expansion draft. She played 5 seasons with the team, helping to put them on the map in the early days of the franchise. After a season in Charlotte, she returned to Indiana for the Fever's inaugural season in 2000, marking the franchise's first ever trade to bring a local legend back home. But White's story with the Fever didn't end there. She joined their coaching staff in 2011, contributing to their 2012 title run with Lynn Dunn, Tamika Catchings, and now current Fever president Kelly Krauskopf. In 2015, White was promoted to head coach, leading the team to the WNBA Finals in her first season. Afterward, she moved to college coaching and became an analyst, but she made a strong return to the WNBA, transforming the Connecticut Sun into a powerhouse. With a 55-25 record, back-to-back playoff runs, and a 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year title, White led the Sun to the semifinals in both of her seasons there. Indiana is in her DNA. In her words, first and foremost, it's home. This franchise is part of who I am. White's return to the Fever isn't just business, it's personal, and she's ready to take this team to the next level.
Yeah, at different points, you think back and you're like, man, that was pretty cool.
You can't make this stuff up, it's like the basketball gods crafted the perfect comeback story. And here's where it gets even better. Remember that 8th grade phenom Stephanie White spotted years ago? That was Caitlin Clark. White has watched Clark's journey from the start, and now, she gets to coach her. Talk about things coming full circle. White isn't shy about her admiration for Clark, either. She's called her a generational player and is genuinely thrilled about the Fever's young roster. Think back to what White said the moment Clark got drafted. She's been excited about this pairing from day one.
Caitlin isn't just great for women's basketball, she is great for the entire game. She's more than just points.
She absolutely is. I mean, let's not forget, this is a young woman who led the nation in assists as well. She's accomplished records that haven't ever been accomplished in the sport of collegiate basketball.
With back-to-back Rookies of the Year in Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, plus star veterans like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull, Stephanie White has a treasure trove of talent at her fingertips. But why is White the ideal leader for this new era of Fever basketball? Simple, she's done it all. From Indiana high school hero to NCAA champ, from WNBA player to seasoned coach, White knows Indiana basketball through and through. Now, she's back, ready to bring another WNBA championship trophy home, and it's not just about White's return. When her hiring was announced, guess who was one of the first to react? Caitlin Clark herself. She posted a Fever shout-out that had fans buzzing with excitement. Inspired by Clark, the rest of the team soon shared their enthusiasm on social media, too. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the Fever's exciting future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We appreciate you watching. Now, back to the action.
I'm, looking at all these things that people are talking about with Caitlin Clark. It's like, guys, chill out. Like, she's gonna be fine. Like, it's 2 games in. Are you kidding me? She's a student of the game. She got better every year. You're not going to just absorb all of the new information that's coming at you in 2 games, in 2 weeks. It takes time. And she will. I have no doubt about it. She's a student of the game. She continues to get better. And these are also points that coaches then address. Hey, let's continue to work on this.
Did you think Caitlin Clark would stroll into the WNBA and take over from day one? Not quite. Her start was rocky, despite all the pre-draft hype and warnings like just wait till reality hits. Well, reality hit hard, and suddenly people were questioning if Clark was the real deal. Critics were everywhere, dissecting every missed shot and turnover. Even Cheryl Swoops was back in the conversation. But here's the twist: while everyone else was quick to judge, guess who stood up for Clark? That's right, Stephanie White, the same coach who's known her since her teenage years. White wasn't buying the Clark's a bust narrative for a second. She spoke out, making it clear where she stands. Want to know what White said? She told everyone directly.
Is to be one of the best players in the world one day. I wouldn't expect anything less than that.
Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing in quite some time.
While others saw a rookie struggling under pressure, Stephanie White saw a fighter, a player who wouldn't let a few rough games define her. But White didn't just stop there. She praised Clark's basketball IQ and work ethic, calling her a true student of the game with a deep love for basketball. White seemed to see something that the critics were missing. So, what did White see that made her so confident in Clark? Was it the way Clark kept her head up, even on off nights? Maybe it was the dedication she showed by staying late after practice, or that unmistakable fire in her eyes, a determination to fight through any challenge. Whatever it was, White's early defense of Clark wasn't just talk, it was a bold statement. I believe in this kid, and you should too, and that faith started paying off. As the season progressed, Clark found her rhythm. She wasn't just surviving in the WNBA, she was thriving, setting 62 records and earning a spot on the All-WNBA first team.
This is the moment that we've been waiting for. So I don't know if you prepare for it as much as you just embrace it, embrace where we are. Think about the momentum moving forward, where we wanted this league to be and where we still aspire for it to go. And just embrace this moment, embrace this opportunity, continue to help this team, this franchise be better, position ourselves for success.
By the season's end, Caitlin Clark wasn't just any rookie, she was a once-in-a-generation talent, delivering on every bit of the hype, and then some. And Stephanie White? She looked like a genius for believing in Clark from the start. Defending her was one thing, but now, actually working with her is a whole new game, and White is all in. If White could boost Clark's game from the sidelines, just think about the impact she'll have as her coach. The league isn't ready for what's coming. If you thought Clark was dominating before, just wait till you see what White has in store. This isn't just a coach-player duo, it's a complete basketball mind meld that's about to leave the rest of the league scrambling to keep up.
It's exciting. Certainly I was born and raised in Indiana, and so have a lot of pride in Indiana basketball, and a lot of pride in the Fever organization, being a player and a coach there. And it's exciting what's happening with the organization and where they are. I mean, most organizations have their ups and downs, certainly. But I'm proud of the growth of the Indiana Fever. Excited, about the future of the Indiana Fever.
Let's break it down. Stephanie White isn't just another coach with a clipboard. She's the real deal. She's been a player, an analyst, and a coach, and she's bringing all that expertise straight to Caitlin Clark's game. Clark's basically getting a masterclass in basketball from every angle, but here's the big question. Can White really elevate Clark's game even further? After all, Clark just wrapped up a historic rookie season. How much better can she get? Well, get ready, because White's offensive philosophy is practically designed for a player like Clark. White's all about maximizing each player's potential, and Clark's potential is sky high. White is going to have her running plays that leave defenders spinning, and when White finally connected with Clark the night before her official announcement as head coach, let's just say, it was pure magic.
She set several WNBA and rookie records during her historic first season. She was named the 2024 Rookie of the Year, of course, and her play, it really took off as the season went on, especially after the Olympic break.
Here's where things get really exciting. White isn't just focused on polishing Clark's strengths. She's got her eye on the areas where Clark can still level up. Defense, shot selection, leadership, those finer details that transform a great player into a legend. Just imagine what this partnership could lead to. We're not just talking about breaking records, we're talking about shattering them to the point people forget there were ever records in the first place. White's expertise combined with Clark's raw talent? That's more than a perfect match, it's a game changer. Think Michael Jordan with Phil Jackson, Sue Bird with Ann Donovan, Magic Johnson with Pat Riley. You get the idea. This White-Clark combination isn't just thrilling, it could redefine the game, but here's the thing, the story isn't just about Clark. The Fever's roster is packed with talent, and White has big plans for every single player. The Indiana Fever are about to become the hottest show in town, and this team is ready to make waves.
The thing that's made this Indiana team, I think fun to watch for everybody is just that they play with so much joy, right? Like they're young, they enjoy the game, they have fun together, and they don't take things too seriously. So there's some good things in that too.
Stephanie White is cooking up something much bigger than anyone expected, a full-on basketball revolution in Indiana. But here's the million-dollar question, can she really transform this young squad into a legitimate contender? Just think about it, the Fever's roster is brimming with young talent poised to break out. We've got Aaliyah Boston, the 2023 Rookie of the Year, ready to take over in the paint. Then there's Kelsey Mitchell, who just had the best season of her career, she's the perfect backcourt partner for Clark. And let's not forget about the potential of players like Lexie Hull, Tammy Fagley, and Grace Berger. This team is packed with more raw talent than a high school musical.
Certainly experience, there's no substitute for it, especially understanding the different level that it takes in the playoffs. I think understanding, certain time and score situations at that heightened level, but it's not the end all be all. And so, we got to go out, we got to play the game, we got to execute. We got to make sure that we play to our strengths on both ends of the floor and put our best foot forward.
But talent alone doesn't win championships, that's where Stephanie White comes in. She's not just any coach, she's a player development guru. Look at what she accomplished with the Connecticut Sun, leading them to back-to-back semifinals and earning the Coach of the Year award. That's not luck, that's skill. She made it to the finals in her first year as Fever coach back in 2015. Now, some of you might be wondering, can she really transform this young team into a contender? Well, let me tell you, White already has a plan. She isn't just focusing on Clark and Boston, she's evaluating the entire roster, figuring out how to maximize the potential of every player. Stephanie White has been praising the Fever's late-season surge from last year, not just a fluke, but a team finding its rhythm. And now, with White at the helm, it's time to take notice. Here's where it gets really interesting, she's not just focused on the players she has now, she's already looking toward the future. With the Fever holding the number 8 pick in the first round of the draft, you can bet White will leverage that to add even more firepower to this roster. Plus, let's not forget that White knows Indiana basketball like the back of her hand. She's not an outsider shaking things up, she's Indiana born and raised, this is her home turf. She understands what it takes to win here. The pieces are in place, the talent is abundant, and now, with White back in charge, it's time to see what this team can truly achieve. The rest of the WNBA better watch out because the Indiana Fever are on the rise, and they're coming in strong. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.